thank our sponsors, starting with Ace Hardware. They can be reached at 721-2500. They're located at Gray's Crossing there in Tennesseeridge. That's on Highway 49. That's Ace Hardware. You can reach them at 721-2500. Ace Hardware, your friendly hardware place. Signature Healthcare, where quality of life is their mantra. Located in the Arlington community of here in Tennessee. They can be reached at 289-4141 for any information you may need. From a dream to reality, Traditions First Bank. They can be reached at 289-5500. It doesn't matter whether it's a banking account, a checking account, buying a car, or a house there. Check them out. Houston County's only hometown bank. Children daily, whether it's a simple volleyball or show or anything.
Regular council meeting, Tennesseeridge City Hall. Give board members time to look over the minutes. And need a motion and a second on last month's minutes. Yeah, ain't nobody on this side. We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Oh, yeah. That's right. Skeleton crew. Yeah. First thing on the agenda tonight under old business is the City Hall update and the punch list. Seth, you got the floor.
All right. Thanks, Tony. One of the main things on the punch list is windows, and I think Steve is addressing that. He's talked to Nancy Kenneth, and he's coming next Wednesday. Is a scheduled date. He's going to come and make some modifications in there that hopefully will fix the condensation.
Okay.
He told me also that Saturday, this coming up Saturday, that we're planning on doing the curb.
Yes, he told me that also, that he's got the curbing scheduled for Saturday. And also he's not forgotten about reminding him, we spoke about the door to the main door here, and he's going to address that. He's going to try to get this one.
That's when you open it, drags on the.
Yeah,
kind of.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
he thinks it may actually be more, and it does. It appears that it is straight on one side where the hinge is, but the other side appears to have a
bent.
yeah. And so we discussed either him trying to straighten it or send it back and take off the hinge and try to send it back. So,
Okay.
but he
That would be the best thing, probably. The company would take it back. I mean, it ought to be under some kind of warranty.
yeah, it's very difficult to take on and off. I think that's maybe
Oh.
a reservation that it's because it's got those those big storm hinges.
Yeah.
That it's tough. But anyway, he is looking into that. Sure, me is looking into that, and I think as soon as we get the window issue taken care of, I'll follow up with him on the door.
Okay.
What about this white stuff out here on the bed?
It's come back, and that's it was washed once, and that took care of it, but it's continuing to come back. It's that's kind of like a salt that would come out of the cement that's in the mortar. So and that's something that's going to continue to come out of there for a little while, and we can continue to wash that down, but it will do that. You know, I don't know exactly how long, Kenneth may have.
I know, I
That was
talked,
my question, how long is it gonna take, a year or two, or a month or two?
well, I know Don Fitzhugh, you know Don Fitzhugh,
Mhm.
9 years, he's still dealing with it. That it ain't bad as what it was, but he said he's got two.
And he only does it in the winter time.
That it'll do it on. He said it ain't nothing like what it used to, but I think he's been 9 years doing it. It's something to do with red brick, and the colored mortar seems to have more of an issue than the regular mortar does. Have you ever seen them mix any mortar in that foam stuff that comes on top of it? That's exactly what it is. And it's just leaching out of the brick, and eventually it will stop. But it just, for some reason, you can see it a whole lot better on red brick than you can on any other brick.
No, I've just never seen anyone do that before. And I've had, I don't know how many calls about, what's wrong with y'all City Hall up there? That's the awfulest looking mess I ever seen, and I'll agree with it, it is.
Well, it ain't no health issues involved in it.
They wasn't worried about the health.
The last time-
It was just
Problem.
the look of the,
There's nothing that'll kill it.
No, it's coming from the mortar that's in the brick, and just, it'll eventually quit running out of it. It's something to do with the
Like I said, they claim that when the weather warms up too, it won't do it in the summertime. It's something about the cold weather and the freezing of,
it did it in the fall of the year when it was hot, right after it was built. Just been doing it.
it's going to probably continue to do it. I don't know what
It just, I don't know.
Well, I had spoke when it first happened. I mean, it's come and gone twice since Steve washed it off. And most of the time when it rains and the rain hits it, it goes ahead and dissolves and leaves what's on the outside. But then more kind of, for the moisture in the air, more kind of leach out of it.
But like I said, it is right now, it's probably more of it out now than it has ever been.
It just seems like every time it happens, it's just a little more of it, they just keep covering the building.
Well, if you'll come back a couple of 3 days later, if it comes to rain, it'll be gone, and then it'll come back again. But I addressed with Seth on it the first time that it happened, where that first initial thing, that shocked me, because I've never seen any do it neither. But after I've talked to several contractors, it's kind of a common occurrence with red brick and colored mortar. But I thought the thing was fixing to crumble. I mean, that's how bad it was. We didn't have a red building, we had a white building.
I don't know whether you've noticed or not, but Sid and I were noticing when we came in, that underneath the cover out there, there's not a bit of it. It's just as nice as it can be. It's just.
It's something to do with when the rain hits it, and it runs down and hits them mortar joints. When it does, it just kind of leaches a little out, and it runs down to the brick that's underneath. And am I correct on that? Is that not what I understood you to explain to me, how that's kind of working?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Did they brick the one over New Johnsonville?
No, it wasn't brick. It wasn't brick. It had more stuff over.
Stucco finish.
Grinding, same thing over there. I really think you got a lot better. You got a lot better out, exterior
Yeah.
over here, other than that cosmetic issues coming up. But I continue to make. We got a 1-year warranty with the building. It's in the contract. I continue to address this with Steve, and we try to get talk with him, see if he continue to clean it up. At least maybe at the 1 year warranty, go ahead and clean it off.
Yeah. I guess he just sprays it with fresh water.
Yeah, he puts bleach, and he buys some kind of other little chemical that he mixes like a teaspoon with a sprayer, and he sprays it on there. But just the plain water will take it off. But he said that he did ask me today when we were planning on having an open house. He said just let him know as soon as we decide when we're gonna have it, so he can get up there and get it cleaned off.
I'm native about all this, native about whatever, but if it's the mortar washing out between or coming out between the bricks, if it doesn't stop over a length of time, is it going to take the mortar out between the bricks, so they have to have mortar put back in it, or?
It's not the mortar that's taking out of the brick, it's the calcium.
The calcium that's in the mortar.
Right, until it completely cured, the way I understand it, it's gonna leach a little bit when the humidity gets high. And it saturates the outside of it, when it goes drying, that's when it starts leaching back out of it. The mortar is not crumbling. It's just kind of a fluke thing.
Anything else on the city hall?
Yes, I mean,
Okay.
we closed on the two bonds on November 7th, 2013 up here. And I'm submitting the CT 0253 to the board that we have to send to the state saying that we did close on those bonds. If you want to see a copy of them right here. One is on the 335, 445 bond. And the other CT 0253 is on the $70,000 bond. I didn't make copies of them because save money all I can. But they're laying right here, it's just, it shows the amount of the bond and then what it costs to get the bond done, and what it's going to cost to repay it. And they're right here.
It requires no action on part of the board, it just has to be presented to the board.
Made the board aware of it.
Yes. And put it in the minutes, that was done, and when Nancy available, then that's all we have to do.
Okay. So after the meeting, everybody's welcome to look at the bond closing. Okay. Anything else on the city hall? Did you got anything else on the other there?
No,
We're good?
there was a long place, and all that,
Okay.
everything went well, it showed that.
Well, almost smooth, but
Thanks to the,
had to do a little running, but we got it. Next thing under old business is a disaster grant generator. I don't guess Dean's here.
No, I spoke with Dean this evening. The contractor come in last week. They had set 2 of the transfer switches, and they was due back today and tomorrow to set the other 3. He is having a problem getting a subcontractor from the area to commit on doing the concrete. He is, says he'll still be done. Well, he's got the transfer and most of it's wired. All he likes is just setting the generator, getting the concrete poured. But Dean said we were still on schedule.
On schedule with
everything on it. And Bart Wagner is actually putting a design together on the pump station that
The extra money.
with the extra money, and those will be a submersible type pump.
Okay. Next thing on their old business is the school board request, and Seth, you got the floor again.
All right, thanks, Mayor. I got a sketch of what the school system is, what we put together for the school system as a preliminary site plan. I don't know if you all are looking at that or everybody needs.
Ms. Hill and Ann probably hadn't seen it yet.
I'll say,
You seen it?
But it looks like what we got it laid out is that the school board is requesting, about 24-foot wide, right of way that's located between, Mr. Kenneth Dennis's home and the Tennesseeridge, the shed where the maintenance shed that's on the city's lot. And looks like we're about, Kenneth asked me about this morning, and I've got a little more accurate measurement. Looks like we're about 70 feet, the edge of the driveway is about 70 feet from Mr. Dennis's property. And the school system will use this road, like we talked about, for a bus turnaround. It'll be a bus turnaround area where the buses will be able to pull up to the south end of the school under a canopy, and then circle out, and make a circle and come back out of the driveway back onto the school. So that's the request. I know that some of the concerns of of the city are, and you all please add to this or tell me your other concerns, that if this right of way is abandoned, then the city would want that to go back to the city. If it's ever quit being used, then, they would want to go back to the city. And the other concern that I have, that has been expressed to me by Tennesseeridge is that the city would also be able to still use this right of way. They'd be able to use the road if they needed to, for the city's purposes.
We got property on both sides of the road, so I mean,
That, that's the preliminary. Again, we haven't got the final plans done, but I think this is going to be really close to the final location. And once that's agreeable with everyone, we finish with the design, we can provide a little description that to the city and see it, let him look over that and make sure that's going to be released in that regard. And again, if there's other stipulations or conditions that the board wants in there, I think I will express that to the school system that we're willing to, both parties seem to be willing to work together on it, if that's what the board wishes.
As long as we end up with them two things, and plus, I want to be sure that we don't create a water problem on Mr. Dennis. And I'd like to have that addressed in it, that, if there ever occurs to be any water problem, that the school board, will take action that's needed to clear the problem. Per se, a cover tops up or something like that.
they are gonna pave the road, so that's gonna put some water somewhere, I mean.
Right.
It will be built up a little bit above the existing grade, because it's kind of a drainage way there, where
Right.
Right.
we're going to have to address the water from that standpoint, the road's about to be built up. So that is a big concern. That is on us as part of the site design to make that happen. And I know one other issue that on the other end of this project that we're going to have to look at too, brought to my attention, is that the parking lot area, that's totally on school property, but we're going to look at that, make sure that doesn't create any drainage problems for those that are adjacent to the school there.
Right.
We've done started filling up part of that. I mean, I guess we've built up some of that lot already, haven't we?
Whole lot that lot.
Well, actually, when you put this here in, and I mean, that's where we dump our scrap and stuff, hopefully we'll have that leveled up to the road that you made in a shorter period of time. That's kind of the hope, end up with a regular lot there. So, just to make it known that we may actually backfill up to this road at one time, but if we won't affect the road itself.
That's a good point, I think.
Because that's where we dump all of our scrap and everything in that we have to haul off.
Guys got concrete and dirt and gravel, and, I mean, it's actually making a lot there, so.
So the city will still want to be able to.
Yeah, we still want to be able to-
Right, to build that up.
Backfill.
At least up to, like he's talking about the road there, that's,
Where we can eventually keep grass cut and whatnot, but I don't believe that will be an issue. The board's always worked well with us, and we just want to rebase favor. But we also don't want to, Mr. Dennis in there, and shoot ourselves in the foot.
And we wanted to try to make a little impact to Mr. Dennis as possible there too. We try to stay off of the trees. Actually, I guess there may be a couple of trees probably technically on the
Line.
city, but they're really close to the line. You can tell that they sort of had, it looks like there was an intent in the past for those to be near the line.
line trees.
Yeah, we're gonna try to minimum impact to those, and that's part of the reason for our location. Try to stay in that.
So do you need the board to commit to you tonight on this, that they're willing to go into this, or what do you need to take back to the school board?
Yeah, I would like, that would be good timing for, as far as this project is concerned, getting it done in a timely manner. That way, we can go ahead and complete our full site design. Right now, we've got it drawn in, and we know basically what we're gonna do, but there's a lot of things left, and if we know we're gonna be able to use this area, we would be, yeah, I think we'll go ahead and finish that up. Again, if these conditions, I'm aware of these conditions, and, I don't think that's gonna be, it's not objectionable for me designing, it's not objectionable for me for designing the work, so if we could get permission to do that, and I don't know, see if there's a, how far the board could go tonight, but I mean, at least, I'd like you, if this is hard, you all feel like you may in the beginning be subject to it'd be subject to an exact legal restriction to your,
Right.
but this is physically where we want to put it by this drawing.
But once you arrive at the legal description, you have it done, survey plat, of that, then withdraw an easement from that, and, the board have to opt it in. What do you need now? Do you need the right to go there and, survey it and do whatever else?
I think the board may have already granted that, in October, I think, so, you know, maybe we don't need any further action at this point other than just, some assurance that it's okay to continue with this concept, and it's not just something.
Has the school board already approved this as what they're going to do?
This was brought up at their last work session, okay, and.
But they have not actually approved this as exactly what they want?
No, there's not been a contract or anything drawn up, in that regard.
That was my understanding, that they hadn't approved the plans and things yet, so that's not.
If you do something, mind the city to do that, what's right, and then contract on it, then draw up the city to grant that, if you need it, if you don't need that, then, you just wait until you get the easement, the legal description of it, and then, when you're ready for the easement, then, bring it to the board, pass it, or something.
I feel comfortable, with just going that route. Contract or anything, seem like it would be necessary. I appreciate the board.
So we don't need any action tonight on,
So it sounds like
okay.
you've already given the school board and staff the right to go ahead and do whatever is necessary. As,
Okay.
Survey.
Okay.
Look at the board or something.
So when it comes time to draw the contract, the stipulations we had in there, I guess, see it, you can take care of all, whatever we wanted in there on the, being able to backfill up to the road and all that.
Staff make notes. And, yeah, we'll both do it.
Okay, okay,
I don't know who's all in it,
okay, okay.
Yeah, thank you again appreciate it.
Anything else on the old business?
And at the last meeting, we spoke about securing the front lobby a little better for
Yeah.
the workers. We have actually got an estimate from the fellows that actually done the glazing on the new part of the building, the windows. Did you pass him a copy of this? And
Yeah, I
I think
see.
y'all have got a copy of it. Each side would be $996.32.
And the diagram you have with that is built up to match the windows that are already in there, where it won't look like there's a pane of glass up there. So the diagram that is with the,
If 996 is for each
for
window.
one, yeah, it's 1996 for total.
Well, it's,
And it does go completely up to the top, because we didn't want it to because of the sound being behind there. It's like 6 inches from the bottom when they just
Right.
all the way across,
And how high?
and it dips down. I just know it's not to the top.
It's not, okay,
It's about 3 feet from the top, I think.
okay,
40 days.
okay. But nobody's just gonna jump over it or
Yeah,
anything?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
But I mean, we did it that way, like I said, for the sound to carry over. When we do little speaker boxes, we're doing the glass all the way down to the handicap side also.
okay. Well, $2,000 is a small price to pay for the safety of it, so
True. I actually thought it was gonna be a little higher than that.
that's not bad at all. I thought it was gonna be a little more than that too, so.
But we will contact him tomorrow and tell him to move forward with the installation, we can order his material and whatnot.
That's under the price of,
That's it, we don't
Yeah.
have to bid it because we're under
right,
the 2500.
right. Yeah, anything else under old business? I noticed, I guess this comes under old business about the tanker truck still down. Kenneth, you got anything to add to that?
No, but I have not got a hold of anyone that has a part yet. And we may actually have to look to see, there should be some type of transmission that we may be able to change out with that to make it work.
It's got a gas motor in it.
Yes. That'll probably be $2,000 to $3,000 on that. I don't know, we'll just have to check into it and see what we can come up with.
Okay.
There just ain't, scrap got so high back a few years ago, they just ain't many of these parts.
See you, Seth. Thank you.
Okay, appreciate it.
So we're still in service.
The tanker's still down.
Anchor is still.
I'll just let y'all know. Yeah, anything else under old business? Any of the board members got anything? No, we'll move on to new business, and I don't have anything under that unless somebody's got it. The operation plan, the FEMA, for the tornado safe room.
Yeah, I'm gonna get with Seth, we're going to find Seth's schedule on the holidays and stuff, we're gonna take out chance to do it. But I did talk to Spencer
He said-
about it this morning.
Okay, you talked to Spencer about it. He said that he had two plans there. One of them was a simpler plan that would probably be what he would recommend us go with, just a simple,
I've got to insert some names.
right, yeah,
But, like Spencer was saying this morning, you know, there's a thing in there where you have to inspect the generators.
yeah,
Well, they have to start the generators once a month anyway, so that can be the inspection of the generators.
Right.
They're gonna see,
okay,
because they're gonna have to go around and do all their generators at the same time.
If I'm
okay.
not mistaken, the generator's actually set up to go off once a week.
How do I know what's going on?
You'll be able to tell
Well,
when
you
it's
hear it.
off.
Ours at the office does it.
I haven't told, I can't tell.
You'll see, it. You ever notice your fluorescent lights flicker?
You can probably hear it.
1-year-old eyes.
You can't hear
hear it.
You can't hear it running?
No, I can't hear it. Because that's one thing about this building. I woke Kenneth and it was on the intercom in there, and I was in the kitchen with that door shut, and I didn't hear him. Kenneth was sitting-
Ours, at the office, and this is the same, it runs, it's got its own timer. It should kick on once a week and run for 30
I
minutes.
mean, if I had a manual, I might know that.
So if I told you, you would have
Yeah.
paid attention to
It's
it.
it's supposed to be done, and I don't know. Spencer probably looked at it and see, check.
The
Get
night
the,
that they set it up, I won't say it's Tuesday when it set to go off. I won't say around 11 or 12, sometime midday.
Well, I wouldn't hear that then. Hopefully, after a while.
The only
But
thing.
Spencer was saying, like he said, that they would have to start the other generators anyway, but that could be on the list for them to start, and that would be that.
Those are actually the
Description
same ones
done.
they'll automatically start themselves.
Oh, will it? Let's see, we're gonna have to get some kind of form filled out for that.
They'll,
You're gonna get forms.
right, and what we'll do is you'll tell, y'all come up with what day they can go check generators, and then you tell them what day you want it to go off and what time, and they'll set the computer where it go off at that time on every Tuesday or every Wednesday, every Thursday. He'll go in there and actually program it, and I think there's a way that you can actually pull a record off of that.
All right?
Tell him.
I don't know nothing about it, that's what I'm saying.
We still haven't got the instructions for his phone.
I don't think of it. It's on the list, it's on the punch list. But I'll miss it on Wednesday.
You ever heard your UPS is leaking in the day? Your backup supplies on your computer? Sometimes they don't work. I know ours, because whenever they start that one, whenever the switch will call for it to start up, and then all it'll do is throw the breaker in there, and then sometimes you'll see just a little bit of a flicker in the light, or whenever it's off.
Who said that, Jeff?
Yes. And he was supposed to have got that manual to us with the colored name that is,
He's a late one
yeah, but the guy that installed.
You want his number? I ain't got it in my work phone. I got Kate's electric phone, work phone, or phone number. I can call you tomorrow and give it to you. Or you may have Jeff Hart, you may have Jeff somewhere, I don't know.
It might be gave me a card.
I'll call you tomorrow. And, next thing under new business would be, open house. We talked about having a date yet. Has anybody thought about it? I know it's right here at Christmas. I know we might want to wait for the first of the year, but, okay.
Why don't we defer that until January, so we can give
We can
time
do
for
that.
holidays to get off and, get
We can
more
have it,
settled in with what we've got.
we can have it, we can have it in January.
We discuss it in January.
Start the year out.
No, no,
Start
there's
the
nothing
year.
written in stone, we have to have it 2 months after we eliminate whatever. That's just our discretion. We'd like to, I think we need everything set up and, and organized, everything that we need before we have an open house, so it will, look appropriate for the, the glass and the side, the side or driving paper kits and everything. The curbs and probably in January we're gonna have some bad weather. That's just fine.
We'll put it on the agenda for next month. Is there a certain date we have to have the emergency plan in force?
I didn't see a certain date, but I am fixing to do a final on the FEMA portion of this, so. I don't know how to answer that question.
Okay.
I'll have to check this out on that. Because I look, I have the deadlines, I look, I didn't see anything. But now, once I do file the final on the FEMA, that they'll be coming down.
To do their inspection. They've been pretty easy to deal with for the first time.
No, actually, the other time I dealt with FEMA, they were pretty good. It was straightforward and honest.
Yeah. Which is unusual this day and time. People tell you anything.
They say she wasn't from around here.
Anything else on the new business? Larry, any of y'all got anything? Christmas lights look good.
Did we get any bids on the grounding project? You put that in the budget? We included the budget.
Okay.
I seen it laying, when I was getting stuff out this afternoon, about 5 o'clock. I seen it like 5 o'clock.
That'll work. None of you look right.
What about
I
house?
had writing there to do, and then I got everything together, got this one.
What about the house? Did that?
That's a lot. I put that bid in the paper, and it's 12/12/2013 at 1 o'clock. For the cleaning, you said cleaning, yeah.
Okay. I need to get a,
I just fixed to say close, the 12th.
I need to get a couple bid sheets from you. I promised people I'd give them when they come out. Did it come out in the paper yet?
It's out in paper last week.
Last week,
Last
okay.
Tuesday.
Okay.
And it looks like a lot on the list, but it's just basically itemized it,
Yeah.
what you need to do in this room.
They gotta have them turned in by
It's basically
the,
a repeat of everything in the room,
gotta have them turned in by the 12th,
at 1 o'clock,
about 1 o'clock.
sealed.
Still, right.
And we'll, or I guess,
Yeah.
You can take-
Y'all can come, or I can, I'll come over.
okay.
Anybody that bids sometime.
Okay. Anything else? Sid, you got anything?
I don't have anything there.
That's a good thing when the lawyer don't have much to say. No news is good news. No news is good news. So I guess we're doing everything right then.
But I won't go as far as.
Yeah,
Everything's fine.
that's good. Do I hear a motion to adjourn? All in favor? We adjourn.
Taking away, if you ride the brakes on the tractor cutter, you take a chance of eating those brakes up and catching something on fire.